Hi everyone and welcome back to ArtSpot Online, the online version of the free weekly drop-in art making program at the Tampa Museum of Art, where we learn about something in the permanent collection and make something inspired by it. Today, inspired by Willie Cole's Sunflower, we're going to make a radially balanced wall sculpture. So Willie Cole uses familiar everyday objects in his art, things like ironing boards, shoes, and hair dryers. In the late 1980s, Cole found a steam iron in the street and started making works of art by using it to scorch surfaces with the iron's heated plate. The dark scorched shapes that the iron left behind were intriguing to Willie Cole. The overall shape and pattern of the steam holes reminded him of things like the masks of the Don people in Africa, as well as diagrams of slave ships that he remembered from a childhood school book. So it's a surprising reminder of the art of West Central Africa and this somber reminder of the haunting legacy of slavery in the United States, the consequences of which continue to echo out into the present day. Cole eventually amassed this collection of these different irons that he uses to make works of art, and this scorched iron motif reappears throughout Cole's work in a lot of different ways. In Sunflower, the repeated pattern of the iron on this huge canvas, which is almost 7 feet square, might remind you of this huge pulsating shield, maybe a gazing eye, or even a cosmic diagram like a mandala, or even, Vincent van Gogh's sunflower paintings. But the scale and the ritualistic process he uses to create these scorched works of art gives a mysterious, mythical, and political force to a mundane household object that he found in the street. Sunflower, like most works of art, is visually balanced. A work of art is visually balanced when the visual elements in that work of art are arranged in a way so that the viewer's eyes don't get stuck in one area, and so that the viewer's gaze naturally flows all around the whole work of art so that no visual information is missed. In Sunflower, we have the same basic shape repeating and overlapping in different directions all around a central point, which creates a design that has radial balance. So radial balance, this particular kind of visual balance, radial balance occurs when elements radiate out from a common center. A star, the iris around each pupil of your eyes, a wheel with spokes, ripples in a pond after you toss a stone in. These are all examples of designs that have radial balance. So it's important to think about visual balance when you're creating art, if only so that the viewer spends time with all of the visual information that you're trying to convey. In general, we expect works of art to have visual balance, but not everything should be radially balanced. Visually, you have the option of using symmetrical balance or asymmetrical balance, but if you want a stable and pleasing composition, arranging your elements so that they radiate out from a central point, aka radial balance, is an easy way to do that. So today we're going to create a wall sculpture out of everyday materials that has radial balance. All you'll need are some toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls, scissors, and a hot glue gun or craft glue. This is only a couple steps. It's sort of like our project where we made paper chains a couple weeks ago, but basically all you need to do is flatten your cardboard roll so that you make a petal shape, and then cut them into equal strips, and then start to arrange them in this radially balanced way. Again, all of these elements are going to point towards this space in the center. Just as you glue them together, try to maintain that radial balance, and you could grow this thing to the size of your entire wall if you feel like it and if you have enough cardboard. Now, if you start doing this and you start to see some other shape start to form, or if it starts to look like something other than a flower and you want to kind of take your sculpture in that direction, obviously, please do that. So definitely when you're done, take a picture, add it to social media, tag the museum. I'd really like to see if anybody takes this in a totally different direction than a flower shape. Alright, that's ArtSpot for this week. Thank you for learning and making with the Tampa Museum of Art. If you like this video, make sure you give it a quick thumbs up and click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes, and I'll see you next week.